Greetings. Welcome to Kai and Y7. Want to say a special thank you to all the new subscribers and those that have supported me in the past too and still do. It is very much appreciated. Thank you. We'll get right into things. There was breaking news that just came out about Mayor Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. He is not running. Just 2 days ago, he said there was a struggle, but he was not dropping out. And what did he do? He dropped right on out. So we'll get right into that. Mayor Baldhead.
and the first Jewish woman to head the NYPD Intelligence Division. We built leadership that looks like New York. That mattered to me because at my core, I'm still Dorothy Adams' son. Raised with the values she instilled in me, forged in my church and in my community, tested again and again in the fight for justice. Those values, working class values, would never allow me to betray my city. They have always guided me to ask and answer one simple question: how do I help those who need it most? Whoever follows me at City Hall must continue the work we started, lowering the cost of living, investing in quality of life, and staying laser focused on reducing crime and disorder through investments in policing, mental health, substance abuse care, homelessness services, and community-based initiatives. But I must also sound a warning. Extremism is growing in our politics. Our children are being radicalized to hate our city and our country. Political anger is turning into political violence. Too often, insidious forces use local government to advance divisive agendas with little regard for how it hurts everyday New Yorkers. Major change is welcome and necessary, but beware of those who claim the answer to destroy the very system we built together over generations. That is not change, that is chaos. Instead, I urge New Yorkers to choose leaders not by what they promise, but by what they have delivered. Although this is the end of my re-election campaign, it is not the end of my public service. I will continue to fight for this city, as I have for 40 years since the day I joined the NYPD, to make our streets safer and our systems fairer. The quest for justice is far from over. Inequality persists, innocents still suffer. New Yorkers deserve better every single day. And until the end of my term, I will fight for just that. We face the fallout of COVID, a surge in crime, an unprecedented migrant crisis, and economic devastation all at once. And together, we turn things around by listening to everyday people and providing solutions instead of speeches. That gives me hope. That gives us a roadmap to a better future. My fellow New Yorkers, this is your city. Its leaders work for you. I am one of you. My story is your story. I lived the struggle, but I never stopped loving this city. That is why I ran for mayor, to turn my pain into purpose. And I will keep fighting for the city, no matter what, from City Hall or beyond, because I am a New Yorker, and fighting for our city is just what I do. Thank you, and God bless New York.
Greetings, welcome to Kai and Y7. Oh, I like how the star sits up there. That was right from Eric Adams' mouth. Anyone that has followed me for a little while knows that I haven't been buying his crap for years now. I'm not surprised he dropped out, but I am a little bit. He figured Trump was going to help him win. Eric Adams is still currently the mayor of New York City. He just admitted maybe a little over an hour ago that he is no longer running as mayor. Wondering some of y'all thoughts on that. Um, Also, some hours before that, there was another church shooting today, and it's Sunday at a Mormon church. There's footage that just came out some moments ago of a woman that was inside the church. So I do want to show some of that too, and being that it's Sunday. Appreciate everyone for coming through. Over 100 of y'all here. It's appreciated. It helps if you hit the like button. Give my channel a chance. I think you'll want to subscribe. It's an open chat room. Please feel free. You're encouraged to share your thoughts. This is Eric Adams. I'm just going to show what's going on right now. Then I want to give some of my commentary on it. I don't trust this man. He has gotten us into a deep immigration crisis. This is part of the reason New York has had an immigration crisis. It's at the hands of Eric Adams. I didn't realize his mom is a doctor too. I thought he was putting up a picture of Maya Angelou. She reminded me of Maya Angelou. When he put her up, I said, "Oh, now he want to go to the poetry of Maya Angelou." But it's his mother, and she's a doctor, or was. I'll get right to what I was talking about a woman that said she was inside the church in Michigan just hours ago. And I'll give my commentary on both things I'm talking about today that you see in the thumbnail. Thank you.
You were in that car when the shooting happened. You were inside the church?
I was inside the church.
You were inside the church. So walk me through what happened.
Okay, we went to church. We sat down. We had just gotten done with our sacrament, the sacrament portion of our meeting. One of our counselors was up speaking, and we heard a big bang and the doors blew. And then everybody rushed out. And we went through the church and out through the parking lot. They were trying to get us down to the lake. But the lady that I was trying to help out, she couldn't make it that far, so we got us back up in the parking lot and got us into the Taylor's car. When we got in the cars and we flipped around, and that's when the shooter started shooting at the car. And Brother Taylor is fine. It hit his hand, and then we got over there and we came here, and these nice people let us in, and we've been here since.
I'm so sorry for you to experience something like that. Words will never be enough to tell you how scary of a situation this was. 10:30, this unfolded.
Yeah.
When you heard the loud bang, when you heard the gunshots, what was going through your mind at that point in time?
Surreal. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know if we were going to have to get down because we couldn't see anybody. You know, we couldn't see. So, I'm not sure if he came in the building or not because he was outside, you know, obviously when we, so, but it was just scary. I mean, I came to worship my Savior Jesus Christ, and I didn't expect this to happen, of course. You know, it has, you know, it's, and I've lost friends in there.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
And some of my little primary children that I teach on Sundays were hurt.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So it's very devastating for me. I'm glad that I'm all right, and Brother Taylor and the people that are okay got it out okay. But I mourn for the people who lost loved ones and whose loved ones are hurt.
We all pray for the families and the victims impacted in this. Can you tell me, was there security at the church?
I'm not sure what the question is. You mean,
do you have security at the church? No. So there's no security at the church. No. Are you hearing about, was the suspect a parishioner or someone completely unknown?
I don't know who he was. I don't know if he was a parishioner. None of us know.
Okay.
We always know, and we just know that he's deceased, but we don't know.
Paula, you know, obviously...
I hope it wasn't a parishioner, but...
Looking at this situation right now, we're looking at, you know, multiple law enforcement agencies over here, multiple fire departments, first responders. What are you seeing right now?
Devastation. Oh. Charity, I'm on TV. I got to go. I'll call you right back.
So
that was a family
it's member. Totally understand. I can understand family is really concerned right now. But
oh, yeah, I'm the mother.
So once again, you were telling me you see devastation right now.
Yeah, I mean, our church is gone. I joined the church 38 years ago in that building, and now it's gone. 38 years in that church, and it's gone.
I was told that there were about 150 parishioners in there at the time.
Oh, easy. Men, women, and children, yes. Yes. And it's devastating to know that I lost friends, and just to see somebody would do this to my church.
I also believe that you're cordoned off right now, just like myself. We can't really leave this area.
Greetings again, and welcome to Kind Watch 7. This is some quick exclusive information to an eyewitness that was there at the Church of Latter-day Saints in Michigan. They just had a big shooting. As far as we know, one is dead, others are injured. Y'all can hit the like button sometime. I hold 200 to 1,000 people in here lately. It's like y'all allergic to the like button. It won't bite you. I'm not telling you to keep doing it every time, but sometimes come in. If it's holding your interest, hit the like button. It's an open chat room. Y'all could say something. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just find it yourself. To be honest, just hit the like button sometime. Like, what's going on with y'all? According to the numbers, a lot of y'all could be returning, and I appreciate it. But if you want to see more, and if you keep coming here, then you do, what helps to keep the channel going. It makes sense, right? It do, right? Okay.
Get back anywhere. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? At what time did you get here this morning? Where did you come from? And where are you trying to go at this point in time?
Well, I live in Fenton, but I pick up my friend Rose here in Grand Blanc, off of in Thornridge Apartments. We got to the parking lot at 9:33, like I used to do. Went into the church at 9:40, and I'd sit and talk to my friends and stuff. And then church started, and we went through the service. We sang our songs, and it's just devastating. Everything was going well. We were worshiping our Savior Jesus Christ, and then this happens. But it's not shaking my faith. I don't know what happened, and I don't know why, and probably never will.
At some point, the physical healing will begin, but the mental and emotional, will that ever begin?
I don't know. I just pray that it does.
I'm going to get into another clip too. So now we're able to get some information from people that were actually at the church. Good. I appreciate people that don't support channels to keep it moving. I don't need it. I don't need empty seats. I don't need empty souls in here. It's Sunday. I don't need that empty spirit up in here. I don't. So basically, we got demons coming into the churches. All right. I expect y'all to come on YouTube and other places too, but they coming in the churches more. So what it's going to do is probably get people to not want to perish in person, be a parishioner in person. So we're going to hear from another witness that was there. Anyone new? I'm Kai Y7. I'm good. I don't have an attitude. It's just the numbers don't be making sense, and I don't like it. So I'm going to speak on it, and I'm going to speak and rebuke out demons too, trolls too. I don't mind some, but all that got to get rebuked, not just on a Sunday, but every day I rebuke you. Okay, so it is what it is.
Press conference here. We'll get more information and we'll come back afterwards. Let's listen in right now.
Make sure that everybody's ready. So, everybody ready? Okay. Hi, I'm Grand Blanc Township Police Chief William Rennie. That's R-E-N-Y-E. Here to give you some preliminary details on an incident that happened earlier today at 10:25 a.m. within Grand Blanc Township. First off, I'd like to say our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this incident, which is completely unnecessary and avoidable. The incident that we're going to talk about here today, as I said, was happened at 10:25 a.m. at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is located at 4285 McCandless Road. During this incident, what we know right now is that a 40-year-old suspect from Burton. He's a male. He drove his vehicle through the front doors of the church. He then exited his vehicle, firing several rounds at individuals within the church. 10 gunshot victims have been transported to local hospitals at this time, including one who has been deceased. Officers who were trained immediately responded to the area. One was a DNR officer, and then one was a Grand Blanc Township officer, where they met the suspect and they engaged in gunfire with that particular individual, neutralizing that suspect. And that suspect is no longer with us. As I said, it is a 40-year-old male from Burton. During all this incident as well, there was a fire that occurred, and we believe that was deliberately set by the suspect. We do believe that we will find additional victims once we have that scene secure. That fire was just extinguished by the Grand Blanc Township Fire Department within the past hour. So where we go from here is we have investigators. We're going to do search warrants on the suspect's residence. We're going to find out if there was a motive. We're going to go through cell phone records, things like that. We had the FBI, they're devoting 100 agents to this area because, as you can imagine, there's a lot of witnesses that were within the church, and that is a lot of witness information, statements that we have to obtain. So I'd like to thank all the agencies who responded, the City of Grand Blanc, Genesee County, Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Flint Township Police Department, the DNR, the State Police, and the ATF. I will provide additional information for you at 5 p.m., but I am willing to take any questions that you have that I could possibly answer right now.
Chief, can you talk about the kind of the progress of events? Did the suspect set the fire, then get back inside of his vehicle and then ran the front door, or did it all happen at the same time?
So from what I understand, and again, this is just a preliminary investigation right now, from what I have been briefed on, is that he rammed the vehicle through the front door, exited, then started firing shots. We are still trying to determine exactly when and where that fire ended up coming from and how it got started. So we believe it was deliberately set, though, by the suspect.
Were they in an active service when this happened?
Yes, the service was active. There was hundreds of people within the church.
Are you sure it's only one suspect at this point, or is it possible other people helped setting the fire, what have you?
Yes, it is one suspect that we know of at this point. We do not believe that there's a threat to the public. We believe that we have the guy who did this. Sir.
Could you comment at all on the severity of the injuries at this time?
We have a couple in critical condition. Like I said, one is deceased. The rest of them are in stable condition.
So a couple, meaning three or two, I'm sorry?
One deceased. The suspect is deceased as well. And then multiple victims are in critical condition. We do believe that we will find some additional victims once we find the area where the fire was.
Any word on the weapon yet?
An assault rifle.
So, any, as far as ammunition, did he have a lot of ammunition?
That I don't know of yet, and I could get you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Bill.
Hey.
Was the suspect known to authorities, and did he have any connection to anyone who was in that church?
Right now, we don't have any of that information, but I'm confident that our investigators, along with the FBI, we're going to end up uncovering all that information and provide that at a later time for you.
Chief, to clarify, you said there may be additional victims like inside the church? Or?
Yes, where the fire was. So, and the reason why we can't confirm that just yet is because it was a large fire, and we do believe that there was people up there that were near that fire and they were unable to get out of the church. So we do believe that we will find additional victims once we're able to search that, once there's no signs of a fire reigniting.
So do you believe then that the victims that are still there, they succumbed to fire injuries or gunshots, or you're not sure yet?
That I'm not sure, but I could provide all that information hopefully at 5 p.m.
Shots were fired.
Shots were fired, yes.
And he had no idea how many, though, at this point.
No idea how many at this time. Yeah.
Can you
Sure.
describe the church? Is there like a worship area and then like a gathering space or something like that? I mean, can you...
That I have not been in, so I can't tell you the layout.
Chief, can you kind of describe the process of how things change for tactical response when there's an active fire? Every training I've seen, it's always been a building that has not been on fire. So how do you then deal with an active shooter when you have that situation happening as well?
Well, we are here at Grand Blanc Township, and there's a lot of agencies within the state of Michigan. We are specifically trained to go right to the threat in an active shooter situation. And I'm proud of my guys and the DNR who responded to this scene, who immediately took that suspect out, so there was no additional victims. So it was a great job by our staff. Okay.
So I understand it was a law enforcement officer that neutralized the suspect?
Yes, there was 2 law enforcement officers involved. I will be back here at 5 p.m. to give you additional information and hopefully answer some of the questions that you guys went over here today. So, okay. Supervisor Bennett.
I could just go sit in here. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Sorry.
Hello, Scott Bennett, Grand Blanc Township Supervisor. Scott, S-C-O-T-T, Bennett, B-E-N-N-E-T-T. First, let me say we are heartbroken. This kind of violence doesn't happen in our community, and we are heartbroken that it came to Grand Blanc Township. And we're going to do everything we can to support the families, the victims, and our community getting through this situation. And it's something that no community ever wants to have. And we're going to do our best to do everything we can. We appreciate the outpouring of support from our elected leaders from both national and state in offering their assistance, and we probably will take them up on their offers. So we appreciate that very much, and we appreciate the community reaching out to us also. So the details are yet to come, as Chief Rennie has said, and we'll wait for a little bit later today when we have the rest of the situation assessed. But it may take a little while to do that. But thank you for all the support, and I'm sure that the families and the victims are going to need that. It's a tragedy that nobody wants to encounter. Thank you.
Chief, before you step out, can you go over the process with family members, where you want them to go, who they should call to get more information and reunification?
Yeah, so those family members, they are in a secure area right now. They have been taken over to Trillium, so that's where the FBI will interview them and then release them from there. So
I mean, in terms of anybody who might be at home who was not there, who wants to check in to see if their loved one is okay, is there a number or a place that you want them to go?
yes, you could call the Grand Blanc Township Police Department, 810-424-2611. Thank you.
Greetings. Thank you to the new subscribers too. There's an open chat room to feel free to share your thoughts. About some hours ago, there was a man, I believe, that ran into the Church of Latter-day Saints in Michigan, and shot some people up in the church. Just thinking about all these, these more current church shootings, it's just seeming like it's just more and more going on. I think it's going to end up deterring people from wanting to perish in person. But the good thing is too, you can do it from your home if you do feel that way. I don't think nothing should get in the way of people's religion. We heard from this woman here who was an eyewitness to the shooting. And then we just heard from the police that are from that department area. So news is coming in a little more quickly now. We didn't have a whole lot to go on before, so we do have that. The other breaking news just less than 2 hours ago, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is no longer running in the mayoral race, so he is not running anymore. Y'all could leave. I don't give a crap. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't like anyway. Out of here. I appreciate the real ones that being here. So I want to show that again. I showed in his own words. He's saying that he didn't come out and say he's not running, but he's saying he's not running anymore. He just said 2 days ago he was having a struggle, so I'll show that now. But he said he was still going to run. But as you can see, as like I'm saying, he's no longer going to be running in the race. So I'm going to just show that in a moment. There's just been a lot, excuse me, of violence and things of such going on, not just everywhere, but in churches and daycares and places that you wouldn't think so much abuse and this violence would be going on, and it's going on. There's demons that are entering churches now. And it made me think of a classic movie called The Devil's Advocate. I have to show a clip from that. I have it ready in just a moment. Al Pacino played he basically played the devil. And you don't really think that the devil would get too close to you. And if you have faith, it's like you shouldn't get murdered. You shouldn't have to experience things. Those are things that run in my mind. But as we see, sometimes it's happened. And, feel free to share your thoughts on it, whether you're religious or not. How do you feel when the safest places are starting to become more of the dangerous places for us to be in? Let me share this. Hold on a minute. Sorry for the audio.
Will not fear, though the earth should change, though the mountains shake in the heart of the sea. A member of our community has moved beyond us now. He has entered a new communion. And for that, it is a time of rejoicing. God, who is our refuge and our strength, God, who is that very present help in time of trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth should change, though the mountains shake in the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble with its tumult. We cannot fear too long, for Eddie Barzoon has gone home.
No comment. I'll have something for you later.
I'm a friend of Eddie Barzoon. You don't know me, but Eddie mentioned your name. Mitch Weaver, Justice Department.
Just taking out the funeral?
Looking for you, actually.
I'm in a bit of a hurry. I need to talk to my wife.
I just wanted to ask you off the record. I had a few questions about Eddie. Chadwick Waters is a little more than a law firm, but then I assume you knew that. Vergata Holdings, I'm sure you've heard of it. London, Kinshasa, Karachi, arms brokering mostly. Then you've got Munza Deets, they're in Berlin, Jakarta, chemical weapons and toxic waste. Then you've got Ivanko Limited, Moscow, money laundering for the Eastern Bloc. Kevin, it goes on and on and on. Look, Milton is into everything. Barzoon was coming in.
I had to try. Devil's advocate, but like I said, the demons are coming to church more now. Not to say they weren't there, but now they're out here to seek souls. You see it shows Sunday as well. Thank you for mentioning that in the chat. Someone put in there that the suspect is a 40-year-old man. I just verified that. Yeah, man from Michigan also, which is where it took place at Grand Blanc. That's it, right? Grand Blanc or Grand Blanc Church. Absolutely. Prayers be with the family and those that perish there, that are parishioners there. If I'm saying that right, sorry. So there's a lot. There's just a lot that's going to be shaking up people's faith, and now is the time for you to show your faith if you do have it. That's how I see it. That's just what I think of it. There's been a lot this week. Jimmy Kimmel, he's back on. Kirk, we got. Thank you for subscribing, B. Walsh. Thank you. And welcome. We had Charlie Kirk's death, which opened up a lot of conversation. So I take death and life for what it is. Let it open up conversation. Let it be a learning lesson in some kind of way too. Don't just let people just, I feel like, die, regardless of if they was a racist, if they was a lover. There's just something in everything, and I don't really take nothing for granted. I guess I live like I know that death can come. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I get some more people that are like that are open-minded to come on here, aren't ashamed or afraid to speak on things. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have your voice, like, what do you have? So speaking of voices, I just want to switch back over. I'm going to check the chat too and see if you guys are saying anything or not. But like I said too, Mayor Eric Adams is gone. I just had to show that clip from Devil's Advocate because it's a classic movie. But I wanted to show too how he got New York in a lot of hot water and why I didn't really trust him since this time when he opened up the asylum and he opened a floodgate. And then we were in so much big mess in New York. It was more than we could really handle.
Months of traveling across the border, placing on the bus with no direction to come here to New York. And New York is a city that has always represented the democratic values and the values of our city of showing our compassion. And that's what we're doing today.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel.
All right, what I'm showing right now, I'm getting a lot of lag. I guess 'cause I have a lot of windows or tabs open, but it's because I'm trying to give y'all this information because some is breaking news as I speak. So go right back. This is just from a couple days ago where Mayor Eric Adams admits his campaign was struggling, but that he wasn't going to drop out the race. And thank you, new subscribers. I don't know if I just missed one. I apologize. Thank you.
demanding that Curtis Sliwa name names. Of course, Sliwa refuses to do that.
New York Mayor Eric Adams says he's still in the race, even though he admitted today his campaign is struggling. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo fired back at Republican Curtis Sliwa's claims Cuomo tried to bribe him out of the race. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett is following the campaigns and joins us from Midtown. NJ.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. 8th Avenue here in Midtown, where former Governor Andrew Cuomo called a news conference demanding that Curtis Sliwa name names. Of course, Sliwa refuses to do that, saying that this is all part of a hopeless effort to get him to drop out. Well, Mayor Adams, as you said, is facing challenges of his own, which he also blames on Cuomo.
You can't beat Eric at the polls. No one campaigns like me. No one knows how to put the strategy together.
Mayor Adams insists he's serious about his re-election, but claims he's so busy being the mayor that he's very little time to campaign, which might explain why he hasn't held a campaign event for the better part of a week. Instead, he's held official news conferences, greeted visiting Greek Orthodox priests, and hosted the Prime Minister of Belgium and his delegation, who can't vote. Adams has routinely taken questions about the campaign, which he did as recently as this morning.
When do you think your campaign is going to catch fire, and what do you think it's going to take?
I don't want it to catch fire that it burns up.
Every major poll shows Adams a distant fourth, behind Zohran Mamdani with 45%, Andrew Cuomo with 24%, Curtis Sliwa with 17%, and the mayor with 9%. He told us today he spent a lot of time strategizing with his advisor.
This is going to be one of the most exciting campaigns in the history of the city. I've said it over and over again. It takes a lot of strategy. This is three-dimensional chess because the pieces are moving so rapidly.
Adams is waging a court battle over campaign matching funds and says rumors that he intends to drop out have crippled his fundraising.
The reason we can't catch fire the way we want to, because in order to catch fire, you need oxygen. And my oxygen has been shut off. And so my team has been sitting down the last few weeks to say, how do we strategize?
The mayor blames the Cuomo campaign for fanning the rumors. Sliwa insists Cuomo's supporters have tried to bribe him to drop out. Today, the former governor said Sliwa needs to name names.
Until you give me a name, I think you're making it up. You know why I think you're making it up, Mr. Sliwa? Because you have made it up many times before.
And as for the mayor,
nobody can tell him what the right thing for him to do is. It's his personal decision. He knows where he is. He knows the consequences. He can look at a poll like anybody else can look at a poll.
And late today, former independent candidate Jim Walden announced his endorsement of Cuomo. Walden, you may remember, suspended his own campaign over the summer after his campaign failed essentially to gain traction, polling consistently in the low single digits. We're live tonight in Midtown. NJ Burkett, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
So you just heard it. Eric Adams said he wasn't dropping out the race 2 days ago. Today, just hours ago, he said he's dropping out of the race. I don't know what's going on with him. But I guess that was the best decision he felt like making. So we'll see what happens. Now, when they said Sliwa was trying to buy him out, I don't know what they're talking about. But if they're going to like say little corrupt stuff or, you know, things like that, I think they owe it to all of us, not just New Yorkers, but all of us to clarify what the heck they're even talking about. That would help. That would help a lot. I mean, come on. But thanks for joining me. It is Sunday, Spiritual Sunday. So we went over the things that went on with the murder and the injuries that occurred at the Michigan church. I'll check one more time too, just to see if we had any other later updates on it. It looks like, oh, okay. Yeah, the deadly shooting and there was a fire. I didn't know what was going on with that part too. There being a fire. I don't know if somebody in the chat knows something about that. Give me a second. Thanks for coming through. I'll be wrapping up shortly too. Thanks for coming through, Kai and Y7. Open chat room. Consider subscribing, or hope to see you back. Either way, helps to click like, and thank you.
Like I just snorted cocaine or something. I'm so excited. And I never did that before.
Yeah. All right, don't come with the dope fiend lies to me.
Oh, I'm not.
I know it when I see it.
I'm not.
I know it when I see it, and I know it when I hear it.
I understand.
I know dope fiends are slick.
But I'm clapping my hands.
Jesus, we need you tonight. Come on, Bobo Shanda. Your name is hallowed. Your name is revealed. Your name is adored tonight. Your name is a strong tower. Thank you. Thank you for the hand touch of your wonder. Thank you for your anointing. Thank you for your power. Thank you for your protection. God, there was a school shooting today that could have been my child in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That could have been me. Hallelujah. If it had not been for the Lord who was on my side.
The incident that we're going to talk about here today, as I said, was happened at 10:25 a.m. at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is located at 4285 McCandless Road. During this incident, what we know right now is that a 40-year-old suspect from Burton, he's a male, he drove his vehicle through the front doors of the church. He then exited his vehicle, firing several rounds at individuals within the church. 10 gunshot victims have been transported to local hospitals at this time, including one who has been deceased. Officers who were trained immediately responded to the area. One was a DNR officer, and then one was a Grand Blanc Township officer, where they met the suspect and they engaged in gunfire with that particular individual, neutralizing that suspect, and that suspect is no longer with us. As I said, it is a 40-year-old male from Burton. During all this incident as well, there was a fire that occurred, and we believe that was deliberately set by the suspect. We do believe that we will find additional victims once we have that scene secure. That fire was just extinguished by the Grand Blanc Township Fire Department within the past hour. So where we go from here is we have investigators. We're going to do search warrants on the suspect's residence. We're going to find out if there was a motive. We're going to go through cell phone records, things like that.
All right, so y'all stay safe. That was just a recap and the latest. We saw tweets from Kash Patel, the new FBI director. President Donald Trump spoke on it too. This Grand Blanc Church of Latter-day Saints in Michigan. There's a 40-year-old Michigan man that drove through the front of the church and shot people. We know of one deceased and then some other injuries today on Sunday, September 28th. Also, there's breaking news that Mayor Eric Adams is no longer running. So we'll see what happens politically with this too. This is just all a big mess. I don't know how y'all feel about it. In religion, is it testing y'all faith? Is it making y'all faith stronger, weaker? I don't know, but thanks for joining me this Sunday. I do spiritual Sundays, things that have to do with us, our energy, spirituality, whether you have a religion or not. These are topics that I think we all can and should possibly engage in. Thank you, new subscribers, and everyone that does come and participate some kind of way. It's appreciated. Even you viewing is appreciated too. And thank you. I have my views on Mayor Eric Adams. I think he was a joke. He did do some good things. He met with people in corrections and things like that. But I just felt like he was too much of a snake, aside from the corruption. So those are my thoughts on him anyway. So he stepped aside. We'll see what happens. They're saying that Cuomo in the beginning was moving really slow, but it looks like it could be picking up the pace for Andrew Cuomo to make a comeback from being mayor and being governor and stepping down and wanting to possibly become mayor of New York City. All right. And I'm Kai NY. The NY is for New York too. Lucky 7. All right. Check and see if I missed anything. I don't think so. Thanks everyone for coming out, and I'll see y'all next time. I have some stuff coming up this week too. We have some good, interesting things on Colin Kaepernick, who is an NFL player, also a big activist who is helping out with these mysterious Black deaths. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to be talking about the deaths that have occurred in Texas in these bayous. And I have a different outlook on that too. I'm not sure if it's a serial killer or not, or if it's something else. And I have some receipts on that something else. So hopefully you come back and check me out and see some of the interesting perspectives that I tend to bring on everything. So, in fact, all right. So, with a little opinion sometimes. But thanks for coming out. We'll see what happens. Eric Adams, I feel like he was just a big clown. The church people, the people that do live righteously and have good lives and wish good lives to others, I hope that they are blessed. And we're all learning right now. There's a lot going on, and it is a lot, but y'all very quiet. And the more quieter y'all are about things too, the more sometimes things continue to happen because people just aren't doing enough, speaking out, doing stuff physically, those good things. But all right, I'll check y'all this week. So those are just a couple of things I had coming up. Oh, there's a new trend out too with choking during sex. So people are into asphyxiation. I got some information on that I want to talk about. So we got some more serious content, but then some kind of like fun, lighter content too coming up. So thanks for coming through the Kai NY 7. Y'all take care. Be safe. Peace.
I feel like I just snorted cocaine or something. I'm so excited. And I never did that before.
Yeah. All right, don't come with the dope fiend lies to me.
Oh, I'm not.
I know it when I see it.
I'm not.
I know it when I see it, and I know it when I hear it.
I understand.
I know dope fiends are slick.
But I'm clapping my hands.
We need you tonight. Come on, Double Shanda. Your name is hallowed. Your name is revealed. Your name is adored tonight. Your name is a strong tower. Thank you. Thank you for the hand touch of your wonder. Thank you for your anointing. Thank you for your power. Thank you for your protection. God, there was a school shooting today that could have been my child in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That could have been me. Hallelujah. If it had not been for the Lord who was on my side.
You object to being the crackhead.
You used to be, maybe.
Never did that before. For the record. For the record.
A little bit at a time.
EYNY7.
I feel like I just snorted cocaine or something. I'm so excited. And I never did that before.
Yeah. All right, don't come with the dope fiend lies to me. Oh, I'm not. I know it when I see it. You object to being the crackhead. You used to be, maybe.
Never did that before. For the record. For the record.
A little bit.